And well, I want to preface this. If you want to talk about it on the podcast, like
Sure.
happy to, but if you don't,
I don't even
totally
know what
fine.
this is. I'm a little nervous.
Um, Hi,
Hi.
hi everybody. I'm
And
Eden,
I'm Jay.
and welcome to Edenxjay Unfiltered, the podcast where we have created a safe and sexy space to have unfiltered conversations.
We might be the same sex, but we have different opinions. Ow.
We are back after 2 weeks of craziness.
We've been everywhere around the world, and it's so crazy to be back home.
It feels like we've been everywhere, super beautiful, super sunny, and then we came back to LA and it's like crazy rainy and
It's gloomy and
gloomy and
disgusting.
sad. I'm like, why did we leave?
I
Why?
know.
I'm just joking. I
No, I'm
missed our
happy to be
dog.
back. I'm happy to be back. But we have so many things to talk about since we've been gone. Since you've been gone.
We've done so much in such a little time. So just of like a pre-apology for the dizziness that you may or may not get by listening to this episode because
Nice disclaimer.
I feel dizzy now
Mm-hmm.
that we've just sat down for like 2 seconds. But I feel like the best way to just go through it is to just like dive right in.
Let's do it. Well, the
And
last time we were on here, we
yeah.
were talking about Bora Bora and
Yes.
how we got invited by Air Tahiti Nui and Tahiti Tourism, and
Mhm.
they were flying us out, and we actually went,
Yeah, we
had the
did.
best time.
This
I
10 is brought to you by Bora Bora.
literally,
Like
I'm
I
like,
got 10. I mean, those on the podcast can't see it, but if you're watching on YouTube, look at I am like 8 shades darker and this white freaking background and the pink
this
background
white
is
looks white, white.
You look like the white shiny teeth white and I
Yes,
just look like this toasted marshmallow, but I will
like a
take it.
little toasted almond.
I am a little toasted almond. But this is what I realized. Okay, so when you're in a place like Bora Bora and you're in somewhere with so much water,
Mm.
the sun reflects off of the water and
Yes.
hits you from the bottom and hits you from the top and you are in a toaster.
Even my butt crack is tanned. Like everything is everything is tanned.
I can attest to this. Your butt crack is 10. And we have this inside joke right now that we call it a pizza slice
Yes.
because our bikinis are like the side, like a little triangle right over your butt crack. So it just looks like there's like a white pizza slice.
Yes, on both of our
TMI,
booties.
TMI.
But it was awesome. Like I don't think we would have been able to experience this trip without them inviting us.
No, not at all. That was really
Bora
cool.
Bora is definitely a honeymoon destination. It's beautiful. I've only seen wallpapers, so to see it
Yeah.
stunning in real life, like just left me floored every single time. We went anywhere.
Hmm.
Like there's no ugly parts in Bora Bora or the French Indonesia.
No, I mean, we did ATV,
Mm-hmm.
which was so cool. We did it through the pineapple fields. I got to drive. Jay got to be the passenger princess,
And I
finally.
learned, yeah, and on that trip, I learned how to plant pineapples, which I'm trying to do at home
She
this summer.
actually wants to like take a pineapple and what did you have to do? You have to rip off the top and just like pop it in the ground or something, and then that's how it
No,
grows.
you pop off the top of the
Uh
pineapples.
huh.
They're very easy to grow. You
Yeah.
pop the top off, you put it in water, you leave it in water for like 24 or 48
Uh
hours.
huh.
And once it starts like whatever, rooting
Hmm.
or whatever, then you put it in the ground and then they just pop off. Like there's no, it's one of the
They
easiest
pop
things.
off. They
Yeah,
just
it's one of the easiest things to plant. The dude's like, in like 30 days, you'll have like 10
pineapple
pineapples.
juice.
Yeah. The hard thing about pineapples is that when you're harvesting them, the leaves, the like
Uh huh.
spiky, they're very spiky.
Yeah.
So it's, you have to use gloves and like put on like super intense gardening gloves to pull them off. But
I
I'm down to do it.
I feel like I will support you in this mission and in this vision, but I feel like you need to make a TikTok to like teach people how to do this and show them because in theory it sounds so
Yeah.
easy, but lo and behold, who knows if we'll be able to pull that off and have pineapples growing in LA in our front yard.
I'm going to try.
I'll do it. I support you in all your crazy dreams. I would love some pineapple juice in the morning.
Uh
Thank you
huh.
very much.
You're very welcome.
That was a really cool experience. There were so many great moments that stand out to me. Like I loved. I will say, I didn't love the idea of swimming with sharks.
You hated that part.
I hate it absolutely. Like Air Tahiti
Mm-hmm.
Nui. Apologies. Loved the opportunity. Love you for sending me. Yay, kisses. But I am not the type of person that loves to swim with something that may think I'm a snack.
Yeah, because
Like,
you are the snack.
I know I'm a
Ow.
snack. I'm the whole goddamn meal sometimes, and I don't. These sharks were just circling around me, like I don't know. I'm just like, how are they? I don't know, so tame and like so
Yeah.
cool
They
with
were
this.
docile sharks.
Docile.
They
Is
were
there such a
smaller.
thing?
I thought they were cute. I
You did.
actually enjoyed swimming with the sharks. And side note, I'm not a swimmer. I think I don't know if I mentioned it last episode, but I'm not a good swimmer. I was an okay swimmer like before I met you,
You got your floaties though.
and then I went on a trip to Belize and I almost drowned in a cave
Mm.
while cave diving, and so I get really bad panic attacks when I'm in water that I can't touch the floor.
Your lack of ability to swim is more mental than it is
Yes,
physical.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when I saw on the itinerary that there was a lot of swimming, jumping
Jumping
off of
off
rocks,
cliffs.
cliffs, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Swimming with sharks.
I'm gonna need to buy a safety vest, like a life
Mhm.
vest,
We
some
did.
floaties, and I did. I packed all of it.
Oh, we bought one and someone stole it from our porch, and I'm so mad at you. Whoever stole Jay's life jacket, I
Oh
hope you
yeah,
enjoyed it because it was so cute. And then we had to go and buy an
an
ugly looking
ugly
one.
one right before. I had a really
I
cute
hope you enjoyed that.
contour life vest.
It
Look
was
it up.
really,
It's actually really cute.
it
If
was
you
cool.
Google like trendy,
Snatched.
fashionable snatched life vests, they're really cute.
I was so excited for you to wear
I
that life
know,
vest, and
but
then we
it's
had
okay.
to. It's if it saves your life, it is what it is.
Listen, I was swimming with sharks with my floaties and I had the
Mhm.
best time.
Yeah. It was such an unforgettable experience. I'm glad I got to do it once. I swam with all the little sharkies. I loved actually swimming with the stingrays.
Yeah, it's
That
cool.
was really cool and magical. And I'm not really like a somebody who likes to be in the deep ocean. I think I just get anxiety. It's more mental for me. I could swim. I'm a pretty
You're a
decent
great
swim.
swimmer. Like if we got, I don't know, lost in the middle of the ocean, I know I could just jump on your
Aw.
back and you can save us.
Just a side note, you guys, and I haven't had a moment to go through all the content like fully, but I when we were in the middle of the ocean, I gave Jay the GoPro to like record. And so finally I uploaded it onto my laptop and guess what the footage was? Just guess. There could have been like some clownfish, some coral,
Could
some
have.
beautiful under the sea life. It could have been a goddamn mermaid if there was one. But
I
would she
did
have
record
caught
my
it?
mermaid.
No, there was no anything. It was just butt. It was just butt underwater. And I'm like, what is this? And
Yes.
she's like,
It's video and footage for my spank bank that I needed to get underwater.
you could see that anytime. There's only so many times we're gonna see an ocean like this.
Listen, that ocean was perfect with you in it. So I'm happy with the
That
content. I
that's
don't
all
know.
I got. So lesson learned: do not give Jay the GoPro. And I couldn't. By the time I was able to see the content, it was too late. Like we
Yeah.
already were leaving the island, and I was like, don't give Jay the GoPro ever again if I want footage to work with. But yeah, it was such an experience. I'm really glad we got in there. I'm really glad I got to see the coral because,
Yeah.
again, I don't think I would have ever voluntarily done that on my own. And I don't regret it at all. It was such an amazing experience. And the locals were
Amazing.
incredible.
The locals were incredible. I got to play with the ukulele on the
Yeah,
boat while we
that
were
was
swimming
sexy.
out. I used to play ukulele back in the day before I met you.
Yeah.
And I haven't picked it up since. It was really cute that the boat driver had a ukulele and he was serenading us and I got to like play with it again, just mess around, and he was so cool. He like
I low key think he like really liked you. Not only liked you like
probably
that, but like liked you. Like he picked a favorite for sure.
yes,
And
I
it was
was
not
it.
me.
Can you blame him?
Obviously not. I know because there, for instance, we were getting off of the boat and our boat driver slash ukulele serenader slash cook slash he could just do it all. And he made us like a whole barbecue and like a
Yeah.
whole meal and stuff. And Jay had this really cute fashionable fit that she wanted
See.
to wear. And we're getting out of the boat and she's like, damn it, my pants are gonna get wet. And so I made a comment. I was like, yeah,
I
because you
rolled
were
them up. I rolled them up because I didn't want them to touch the water, so I had them up to, like, my
but
thighs.
still, like, they were gonna get wet,
Yes, I
and
know.
I was like, "That's what happens when you try to be cute," and our freaking tour guide was like, "What do you mean? She is cute." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I know she's cute. That's why I married her, duh." But I was like,
He's
"I
like,
see
"You
what it
better
is."
check yourself."
I know, I real quick, I was like, "Forgive me, sir." Yes, apologies, madam. But and he also, like, knitted you from scratch, like, a purse out of
Yeah. He
leaves,
grabbed banana trees and made me a purse to match my lime green bikini outfit
bikini.
that I
I
had.
was
It
like,
was
"Damn,
awesome.
I need to step it up."
And then I was in the ocean, like, taking pictures, flexing with my banana tree
I was
purse.
like, "Look, I found this seashell for you." Like, I'm trying to compete with him.
It doesn't compare.
I was like, "Look at my butt."
Tour guide 1, Eden 0.
As of right now, I know I'm instantly Googling how to make a
Yeah.
purse out of banana leaves, and I put Chanel C's on it.
Yes. I wanna see that.
But that was an amazing experience. What would you say was, like, your favorite part?
Ooh. I mean, it was all pretty awesome, but staying in those little huts in the middle of the
Oh,
water,
the villas, yeah.
yeah, that you only see in movies and, like, TV, that was insane.
Yeah.
Like, individual huts in the middle of water that you can just literally just jump off of your dock in for a swim and then come right
Yeah.
back. The sunsets were
The
incredible. The
sunrises were
sunrises were
beautiful.
even more sick. Just the layout. I mean, it was like we had her in her bathrooms. Like, I could poop in one and, like, you could pee in the other. Like, we had individual it was awesome. It was like a baller hut.
It was really cool. I mean, I loved the canoe breakfast.
That was
Like,
so
somebody,
cool.
like, blowing into a conch?
It was like a little yeah, like a little,
A horn
a
made out
horn.
of a seashell. Insert whatever that word is here. And, like, playing music on a
Yeah.
ukulele while bringing you breakfast and then taking you out on the water where you are watching the sunrise over
Yeah.
this mountain, and then just instantly start crying because it's just the most beautiful thing you will ever experience in your entire life, and I'm so lucky to be here with you and
Yeah.
experiencing this, and I feel like everything that we have worked so hard for made it all worth it for that one moment, for that one sunrise, for ukulele dude in the back. Like, it was just everything I could have ever, like, imagined, and I
Mm.
feel so lucky and fortunate, and, I feel lucky and fortunate to just have this opportunity with you. It
Yeah.
was so beautiful.
I think I had a moment of reflection too, right? Like, that day, for whatever, just hit me hard when that canoe came over and I was
Yeah.
able to have this romantic canoe sunrise with you.
Mhm.
And, like, thinking back, right, how much I had to go through to get to that point,
Yeah.
like, having been disowned by my family, no
Mhm.
contact with my mom, no support for who I am as a person, and then to be there with my wife on this beautiful resort, having
Yeah.
the most romantic breakfast. It was just, like, full circle for me.
No.
It was cool. I was like, "Yeah, this is fine." I would have gone through all that and back maybe tenfolds if it meant
Really?
I ended up on Tahiti on a beautiful hut with my beautiful wife.
I don't think Tahiti Nui and, like, Tahiti tourism truly understand the impact that it had, like, that trip had on us just on a personal level,
Yeah.
and I hope it translated over into our followers, into our page, like, how grateful and how beautiful of an opportunity this was for us and how much we've had to go through to get here to have not only a healthy relationship but to be proud to be gay and bi and lesbian and to be in this space and to be comfortable in our own skin and to be proud of who we are and to celebrate our love,
Yeah.
for the world and on this beautiful island.
Well,
It
especially as women of color, like
Yeah.
queer women of color, this doesn't happen. Brands
No.
don't just knock on the door every day offering us like
They should.
these incredible trips. They should. And I think I'm very thankful for them for giving us that opportunity.
And I mean, just speaking of brands that aren't knocking on doors, the ones that do, I feel like just deserve that extra level of praise, so much so, like, I really wanna highlight Dynamite,
Yeah.
and again, this is not an ad, this is just us being honest, but Dynamite sent us bathing suits because we told them we were going on this trip, and they're like, "We wanna send you these new bathing
And for
suits."
those of you that don't know Dynamite, they are a Canadian-based clothing line, specifically for women. It's
Mhm.
great quality. I would say it's a little nicer than Zara.
Yeah.
They
A lot
last a
nicer.
lot nicer than Zara, and they last longer. The quality's
The
better.
quality's
The
so
price point
nice.
is a little, like I would say Zara, or maybe a little bit more expensive, but it's totally worth it.
It's actually worth what you're
Yeah.
paying for because you can tell it's gonna last a very long time, but it's also not, like, outrageously crazy
Mhm.
prices. But I do feel like it's worth what you're getting,
Right.
and they have been a big supporter of us and our page very early on. And when they found out we were going to Tahiti, they're like, "We have these new bathing suits," and they actually pay attention to
Yeah.
us as individuals and our body types and what clothes we actually like to wear. So they sent us matching bathing suits, but it wasn't like twinning. It was I got my style and like how I like to wear bathing suits. I love a good high waist. I love high waisted pants. I love high waisted bathing suits. You
Mhm.
love like a good mid cut.
Or
You
a
love
two-piece.
a good two piece. I'm like a one piece and or a two piece, just depending on how I feel, but it has to be again like high waist. And they really like just hit the nail on the head. And they sent us these bathing suits, and we took a picture in them. And we sent it over to them. They were super excited. We're like, "Ooh, we're excited! Ah, look
Yeah, and there
at
it is on the screen.
that!"
That's super sexy. Look at that white sand.
Oh
It was a
man,
moment, right?
that was such a beautiful moment. I'm like admiring this all over again.
If you're watching on YouTube, we popped in the picture. This is the iconic picture. Dynamite went and posted this on their Instagram,
on their Instagram.
and they said something like matching, like I think their caption was like matching is our love language or something. If your love language is
Yeah,
matching.
something like that.
And immediately it got a ton of great positive comments. And then within an hour, it had a ton of trolls that were just calling it out because it was two women, having this moment with these bathing suits.
Mhm.
But I think what was really cool is that when we checked back, there were so many comments clapping back to the anti-LGBT comments or the homophobic
Yep.
comments, like really hard.
I am so proud of our people because you can tell there were people that knew us and knew
Yeah.
our page because there would be comments like, you know, I've never seen models be so salacious in a picture and and they're fake gay or like they're faking this pose, and somebody would clap back and be like, do you not know who these people are? They literally are the epitome of what a healthy relationship is, and they talk about healthy relationship whether you're straight or gay, it doesn't matter. They're not faking nothing for nobody. And
Yeah.
like I was like, go off. And there would be other ones that would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna unfollow," and then they'll clap back and be like, "Nobody wants your homophobic unfollow." Like,
Nobody wants
okay,
you
I'm
follow
gonna follow twice from my real account and from my fake account
to make up for your
to make up for
unfollow.
your unfollow. Like, nope. And it's
Yeah.
crazy because like Dynamite in a time where you see a lot of brands leaning back, they're leaning
I'm
in.
looking at you, Dodgers and
Mhm.
Target. They're like, nope, they left it up and they even commented back on the
Yeah.
positive comments on
Mhm.
the post. And that was really cool to see that they just had our backs.
They did. They not only they not only have our backs, but you really see how proud they are, like being our supporters and vice versa. We're so proud to be partners with them. And again, this not even for an we're not getting paid to talk about them like this. We are just telling you how it is. And I couldn't be more proud of even the people who stand up for us from our page. They're
Yeah,
like,
in the
you don't
comments.
know who Edenxjay are? Like, oh man, I'm
I
like,
think someone was
uh
like, this is the most sexualized commercial for clothing. And then someone was like, have you not seen a Calvin Klein commercial? Like,
yes!
and they were just
Straight
like,
people
you're
do more
ridiculous.
provocative stuff
Yeah,
all the time.
exactly. So it was a lot of facts being dropped on that.
Yeah, it was just mic drop after mic drop after mic drop. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with this picture. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. We were just laying on the beach doing our thing. And honestly, like whoever can hate is gonna hate. But I love the people who do support it. They were like add it to cart, couldn't buy it faster. So thank y'all who support us. Thank you for following Dynamite. Thank you for buying their clothes.
Thank you for clapping
Thank you
back
for clapping
to the
back.
homophobes in the comment section.
I mean, you'll see for yourself. I can't wait to wear that bathing suit again. I need to go to another beach ASAP.
But right after we got back
Mhm.
from Bora Bora, we had one day to unpack all of our stuff
24
and
hours.
head to New York for our Preciosa Night tour,
Yes.
which was the kickoff. I think that was our kickoff stop in NYC. And that was insane. Like I think we
Well,
were a
we
little.
had Preciosa for your birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, so
But
that
it was
was
their kickoff outside of
yes,
California.
it was our first time doing Preciosa outside of LA, and we were
Not
nervous.
only were we nervous, we were exhausted from traveling Bora Bora and
We
like all
were
the fun stuff.
exhausted.
10 shades darker. And then we got home and we're like, okay, we gotta unpack and now pack for New York, which is a completely different weather.
I cried. I cried in the shower because I was like, you know how many different time zones I've been in? We
Yeah.
were just in Australia and then we were in Bali and then we were in Bora Bora
And now
and
New
now we're
York.
in New York. I haven't slept. I don't know what day it is. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just on autopilot and I just need to cry in the shower and keep moving.
Yes.
Somebody asked me that at the party. They're like, did you cry? Did you cry? I was like, "Yeah, I did in the shower." They're like, "I would cry." It's
Like with
fine
as much
because they're
traveling as you're
following
doing.
us. They're like, "As
Yeah.
much traveling as you're doing, like, I would cry." I was like, "Yeah, I cried in the shower." But it was more like crying, but like happy tears. It's like I just have so much emotion and like I'm just moving forward.
Yeah.
But it was really, really cool.
I don't know what I expected. I think I was a little nervous and I had anxiety for
Yeah.
New Year's because I mean from New York because it was our first time going to the East Coast and throwing our
It's a
parties, so
lot
that
of
there was a
pressure.
lot riding on that. And also like when we jumped on that plane, we only had 200 tickets sold.
Womp womp
Womp
womp.
womp womp, which is probably the lowest we've ever had for any Preciosa night. And we were a little stressed about that too, but we were also
Mhm.
cutting ourselves some slack. It's a new venue, it's a new place, it's the East Coast, which we do
Yeah.
not live in.
They were like,
Um,
"We're gonna do our best. It's
yeah.
gonna be okay." I think we try to give ourselves some grace because we're like we're outsiders coming in. You know, we can only try our best. We're
Mhm.
doing our best, Tom. And when we landed, we only had 3 more days to promote this event, and with only 200 tickets sold, and we anticipated at least maybe 500 people
That was the
coming.
goal.
That was our goal, and so
We met up with some friends.
what?
Shout out to Sufi and Ange,
Hey,
who are also influencers. And if you don't follow them, please go follow them. They're incredible people.
they're just amazing human beings. Just aside from the influencer thing, they
Hmm.
are incredible human beings.
But
I love them.
yeah, they live in New York. And as soon as we landed, they like sent us voicemails immediately. They're like, "Where are you staying? Let's go eat pizza. Let's go do whatever you need us to do. We'll pass out flyers with you.
Yeah, we'll
We're
help
so
out.
excited for the party."
I think like once well, once we got there, no matter how tired we were, and what I love about us is that we never give up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter like how many time zones we've been in and like not sleeping or whatever, like we don't give up. We give 110%. And even though we had 200 tickets, we're like, cool, if only 250 people are coming, we're going to give it our all the way to the end.
Hmm.
And so even though we like put our bags down, we got dressed, we met with our friends, we hit the streets immediately,
Literally.
putting flyers on different poles. We would talk to locals. We're like, "Hey, where do you go eat? Where are the gay spots that you hang out with? Where are the
Where's the
Latinos at?"
queer POCs at? Like literally that was the question.
Where are they all at? And then we would follow different leads, and Johnny, who is just our amazing drag king who came on the tour with us from LA to perform in New York, his family is from New York. And so they were doing drag for a couple of days before we got there
Hmm.
and was spreading the word
Passing
around,
out flyers.
passing out flyers. It was fun when you would walk down different streets and then we would see our flyer. We're like, oh, look at, there we are, there we are. But like we probably put it there and we forgot.
No, Johnny did
Or
do a lot
Johnny
of
put it there earlier and we're like,
legwork.
hey, look, we're in Queens, we're here. And then we would like put him on the subway. And we were just doing our best, and we would see, you know, gay people holding hands that we looked, like POC, and we would go over and we'd be like, okay, hey, queer reggaeton party, you want to come? And they'd be like, yeah, say less, like I'm down. Or I saw your TikTok. I was gonna buy my ticket, but like last minute. I'm
That's
like,
another thing that I didn't
why?
know. In LA, when we release our tickets for Preciosa Night, they sell like hotcakes. It's like literally overnight, we're already done with pre-sale, first and second tier. In New York, which I didn't know,
It's
they're
a thing,
very last minute. They do not plan until the night of.
and they don't care.
And they do not care. They will
They'll pay
pay.
twice as much.
They do not care. They're like, I will wait until the day of, the night
Hmm.
of, to see what my friends are doing, convince all my friends, and then go buy the ticket.
Yeah,
But
which
with
would happen.
It's literally what happened. So the day that of the party, the day
Mhm.
that we woke up to 550 tickets
Yeah.
sold. And our minds were just like,
It's
what
not
the
even including
heck?
people buying at the door.
Yeah. Not even including people buying at the door. Once the party started, we were at 600,
Yeah.
which was 100 more than what we expected.
Yeah.
Everybody was ecstatic, including the venue,
Mhm.
who I'm sure didn't think we could pull it off. And if you're watching
Hey!
this on YouTube, here's a picture of us. We asked the audience to take a selfie with us because The vibes were just immaculate. Everybody was beautiful.
Oh my god.
It
It makes
was
me so happy looking at this picture.
yeah, it was such a night. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I
Aw.
mean, I feel like Puerto Ricans and
Oh,
Dominicans
man.
get down. Like, it's a different type of vibe. It
Different
is
different
they are
vibe.
proud, they're queer, they're brown, they're like
We learned a couple things the hard way. So the things that worked in LA
did
did
not.
not work
Yeah.
in New York, and we learned that the hard way. There's a very specific song that Mexicans will do a dance to. It's a Mexican line dance song, and literally, our DJ who came from LA played it. No one knew it. It was the most awkward thing you have
Yes.
ever seen in a
Maybe 10 people in the audience knew it and they
and
started to do the
including myself,
dance.
and then Jay was like, "Eden, you gotta go do it." I was like, "I'm not doing it. I don't know this dance. I don't know her." Like, I feel like awkward turtle. I went over to the DJ. I was like, change the song, change it right now, change it right now."
But I'll tell you what, as soon as you played Cardi
Cardi
B,
B. Oh,
everyone was on the dance floor. That was like their queen.
that is their
Yeah.
queen, Cardi from the Bronx. Like, you gotta represent. It's like everyone knew that song. They knew what to do. We had our first like ballroom style kind of like
Oh,
Vogue
our
off.
Vogue, yeah, Vogue competition. They just
Mhm.
opened a big circle and started voguing. It was so cool to see in person. I've only seen it in movies.
Yeah.
So to see it in person and just feel the energy and the power behind the voguing and the dancing, I was enamored. It
There
was so cool.
there is this really, like, really cool moment where, like, not only did all of our performers kill it, but I would occasionally go and look at the crowd, and there would be people on their phones FaceTiming
Yes.
people into the party because they missed it, or they're trying to tell them, like, "Yo, look at this party, da da da," and I would see so many people on FaceTime, like,
Yeah.
the people who missed it didn't wanna miss it, and they're like, "Girl, just get me in even if I'm on your phone, like, I wanna feel like I'm there." And I was just thinking like, "Damn, we did that." Like, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen so much excitement, and then there's a couple moments where I've never seen so much sadness in the one moment, because there would be people who would come up to me, and they would be like, "When's the next one?" Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, can is are you coming back for Pride? What's going on?" And I would just tell them, like, I'm being honest, like, I this was our first trial, like, we don't know when we're coming back to New York, and they would get so sad
I know.
because they were like, "Wait, this is it? Like, it might
Yeah.
not come back," or they would tell me, "We don't have anything like this." And so it made them feel very sad to, like, think that it's gonna leave.
I don't know about you, but that night felt so diverse.
It
Like we
did.
had we had people in wheelchairs, we had
Yeah.
people in crutches, we had a
Neurodivergent.
lot of
Mhm.
those who would come into the main because this venue has multiple
Yeah.
spaces. We did it at $3 Bill. That's a known queer venue in New York and they're
Mhm.
pretty big. It's like 3 rooms within one.
And they normally don't open up the patio, but they did for us for our party. And those who had like a neurodivergent condition were able to have fun at the party, but then also go outside and take breaks
Mhm.
when they felt overly stimulated, and then come back for a couple minutes and then go back outside, take breaks. And that's that was something that we didn't, we weren't aware of, but we were very happy to include it in our event and would love to include it moving forward.
Yeah, now we're looking at all the venues that have a outdoor patio and
Yeah.
inside patio to just kind of make sure they're happy and they're safe and
Yeah,
it's accommodating.
in the kings and the
Ooh,
performers, we had our first dyke drag. Do you wanna explain what it is? Because I had never heard of it.
never. It's not a thing in LA. At least I haven't seen it in LA, but it's basically um a queer woman
Mhm.
doing drag,
Dyke
dyke
drag.
drag. And so we didn't know that this was a movement in New York, but we came across
Mhm.
I'm Baby and she hit us up and she sent us this sweet email basically saying she wants to be part of the movement. She lives in New
Yeah.
York. How can she help? And she would love to perform. So we were like,
Yeah.
say less, we'll throw you on stage. And she was incredible.
Oh,
Like
man.
worked the stage, the audience. So much so that there was a girl in the front and we can pull up a clip of this. There was a girl in the front of the stage who was just so in love with her, was like drooling over her, was pulling wads of cash, just throwing it at her. And every time I'm Baby would come up to her, she would just like melt in her arms. And she opened her wallet, and I recorded this, thankfully. It's like the funniest thing. And she looked so sad because she's out of
She was
money
so sad.
so sad. She was out of money and she's looking at her wallet and all she sees is credit cards. and she pulls out this other wad of money that doesn't even look like US dollars and just throws it at her. And when we go on back on stage to
Mhm.
help I'm Baby pick up her tips, we notice this wad of like Hong
Money.
Kong money, literal Hong Kong money, just like ton of bills. And I think Johnny got on the mic and was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, who is throwing these Hong Kong foreign money?"
Oh my gosh. And then so we found out who it was,
Yeah.
and she grabbed the mic from Johnny and she's like, "I'm sorry. I just love her so much. I want to marry her. I want to give her every world currency." I died. In that moment, I lost my shit. I died. She said every
Reworld,
world
as it
currency.
should be.
She's
That's the standard now. That's the new
literally,
standard.
sorry, I didn't have American. I only had Hong Kong money. I'm just kidding. And granted, I think she was white.
Yes, but she was
She
amazing.
was a
Like,
vibe.
she brought the
She said, "Take
energy.
my money. I don't care what country it's from."
Yeah, literally was like, "I wanna marry her," like, literal proposal
Oh,
on
I
stage.
am baby was just like, "Yo, can anybody tell me how much this is worth?"
Yes.
I mean, it was such a blast,
But
and I think
everybody brought it. The
everyone brought the
drag kings
energy.
killed it. Oh my god, Richard did a number.
Whew!
Y'all need to follow Richard on Instagram. He's a drag king
I think
in New
his name is
York.
I Am Dick.
Yeah, I am Dick. And he did the craziest transition I have ever seen in my life. He came out in a bald cap, suited. Oh no, a wig. He had a wig
He had
on.
a wig, but I Am Dick's drag, it's like the creepy uncle,
Yes.
like the creepy big uncle that is just like licking his mouth and like looking at you. It's like it's freaky, but it's a type of style of drag
I
that
love it.
he leans into. It's like kind of it's very comedic,
Yes.
but also very raunchy at the same time.
Yeah.
And he leans into
You
that
know
role
what's
so
funny
hard.
is he sent us his track a week before we got there, and I always listen to all the tracks because I want to know what the
Who's
vibe
gonna
is,
go
who's gonna
where?
go where, and I kind of set up the lineup. And he sends me this track, and I press play, and it's like the reason, like this old school
Was it
alt
Hoobastank?
rock Hoobastank,
Yeah.
yeah, this classic rock song. And I look at Eden and I'm like, he knows this is a queer reggaeton
Reggaeton,
party,
right?
right? Like I'm so confused right now. And then halfway through the song is the drop. And I lost it when I was listening to this because it was pure genius, like creative genius. So on stage, he comes up and he's singing this alt
Mhm.
rock song
The
from the
reason is you.
2000s. And then halfway through the song, he pulls off his wig and he starts dancing to Pitbull. It's like a transition from like alt rock to Pitbull.
The reason is you went to the reason is culo.
Yes, literally. It was the craziest performance ever.
It was amazing. So if you haven't had a chance yet, go look at our Instagram. Go look at
There's a highlight.
our highlight, our New York highlight. You'll get all the highlights. You'll see all the things, and I really hope that we can bring it back soon. Thank goodness. Beatbox actually sponsored the event so that we were able to go to New York in the first place, and so hopefully Papi Beatbox will be sending us back to New York
Yeah. They
soon.
hooked us up. They really believe in the movement and they
Yeah.
want to be a part of it. And I feel like there's not enough brands that are, trying
Mhm.
to help us out,
Yeah.
especially since it's just us. We
Mhm.
we pay for everything up front and we definitely want to bring it to more cities and states. We'd love
Yes.
to bring it to Chicago. Would love to bring it to Texas. I think there's a huge community of people that live in Texas that come out to Preciosa Night. We've met them.
Yeah.
We remember y'all and we would love to bring it to your state so you don't have to travel to LA every time.
That would be awesome. But we would love somebody else to pay the bill
That part.
to get us there. Because if not, it's gonna take us a minute to get there.
Yes.
But we're so thankful for New York. New York, you'll always have a special place in our heart, and that hopefully we'll have some good news soon and we'll be there sooner than we think.
Yeah, we're working on it.
We're working on it.
We're trying to come back before the end of the year.
Definitely. Maybe a couple times.
Maybe a couple times. Who
But
knows? We're ambitious.
right after that, it was literally my
Yeah.
birthday
Back
weekend.
to back. We did Preciosa Night last Saturday,
Uh-huh.
and then we in New York,
Mhm.
and now we just did our 1 year anniversary in
Whose
LA.
idea was that?
Mine.
That was just
And you
nuts.
went along with it, so no complaints. You agreed.
Anyone, if she ever says, like, let's do back to back preciosas, y'all just punch me in the face. Like, tell me to tell her no. I never tell her no.
Mhm, mhm.
I'm
But
like,
it was
sure.
awesome.
Yeah, I cried in the shower again. Just joking.
we had a tattoo, a live tattoo
That
artist.
was cool. Baby Cake's got a
I got a
tattoo. You
tattoo.
gotta show the
I
people.
got a tattoo. I don't know if you can see it, but
Ew.
it's right
So she got a tattoo of
there. There you go.
a
There's
woman's
that.
body, and I told the tattoo artist to make the butt bigger so it's
Mhm.
more like me.
Yes.
And they
And
said, say less.
I asked you. I said anything, any of the
Yeah,
flash you choose. It's your
you had me
birthday.
pick.
Yeah, and you chose that. So
Yeah, that's I want my butt. I
that's your
wanted my
butt.
butt on your arm. You're so obsessed with it.
Yes, but that was a hit. Everybody got so many tattoos. I didn't think it was gonna be that much. I don't know. I didn't think that it was gonna get that much traction. And then
Yeah,
seeing
we
so
didn't
many
know how it
people.
was going to be received, and a
Mhm.
lot of people got tattoos. A lot of people loved getting the tattoos. We offered somebody like, "Hey, if anybody gets a Preciosa Night tattoo, free Preciosa passes for life
Yep.
to to our events and stuff, VIP to be specific."
Exactly.
But it was just really cool to see it being so well received, and a lot of people, like everybody, loved their tattoos.
Mhm.
The artist was great. The vibe was great. We
Mhm.
had another set of amazing performers. We brought back the
We
mariachi
did
band.
Mariachi Arcoiris, which is a queer mariachi band based in LA.
Mhm.
They came and performed, and they brought all the energy and some tears, made
And
everyone
some
cry with,
tears.
yeah.
And you surprised me, which you're never able to do because I always guess everything.
Hmm.
And you surprised me with like a whole birthday cake and a birthday song. And I was like,
Yes.
no.
I told Ernie to grab me cupcakes because if I was to go get them, you would know because
Like,
you're
where are you
so
going?
nosy. And he brought the cupcakes, and I had the mariachi play Las Mañanitas because that's tradition.
Oh,
And my grandma would always play that for me for my birthday. Like she
that's
would
so
just wake me up
sweet.
and play that song. So I felt like I had to do that for you.
Yeah.
Make sure you felt loved and appreciated. And then
I
we
very
slow
much felt
danced on
loved.
stage. It
Yeah.
was a vibe.
I loved One Year Preciosa. It really made me reflect on how far we've come,
Yeah.
and it really challenged. I think I left there feeling like I want to be challenged. I want to figure out how can we elevate Preciosa even more. How can we make it more special? How can we make it bigger and shinier than ever? So you know, hopefully the next one, it'll be a few new elements that you've
Hmm.
never seen before. I love a challenge, and I think in that moment I was like, "Cool, I'm proud we did this." But like I want to do it better. Like I want to do it bigger, and I feel like our people deserve it. Like if you're going to drive, fly, freaking risk running into your ex, like I want to make sure it's special. and
Which
you have
happens often at Preciosa
and,
Night.
and you have no regrets and you have a great time. But overall, I think the vibe and the energy was amazing. We got to take a lot of pictures with people, and
Yeah.
we got to really meet people one on one, and hear their stories and listen to their coming out stories and give like quick snippets of
You
advice.
know
And
what's crazy is I feel like at this Preciosa Night, that the 1 year, there were so many people that came up to us to ask us about our IVF journey
yeah,
and had questions about their process and wanted to like get deep and like
yeah,
really talk about that journey.
hmm,
So I'm really excited that we're gonna do an IG live next,
yes,
I think next Tuesday
Tuesday,
at 10 a.m. with our
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Sorry, next Tuesday at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
With the
California Cryobank.
sperm donor that we went through, which is California Cryobank,
Yeah.
to really like dig dig deep into our process and how we did it, and
Mhm.
hopefully shed light because it's such a big topic and people want to talk about it.
I feel like we had so many questions when we were going through it, right? Because we were like, what do we do? How do we make a
Yeah.
baby? Science and all these things and money and all that stuff. So we're really happy to start having those conversations again because we are getting closer, you guys. Maybe on the next podcast, because I feel like we have to talk about the wedding, we have to talk about the baby, we have to talk about a bunch of other
There's a
things.
lot of things happening.
And there's just too much to fit into this podcast. But I do want to, go back and talk about our process and how close we're getting to picking a date soon,
I
hopefully.
know. I mean, it's safe to say we're getting married in July, which is now
Yeah.
in 2 months.
Oh my
So the
God.
stress is on. We literally went to the gym this morning.
I will be crying in the shower once again.
Yes, because we need to be like toned and just ripped
I am
for
the
this wedding.
furthest from that. I, like, looked in the mirror today and I'm like, "Oh, when did I get so squishy?" It's been all the pineapples, it's been all the pina coladas, it's been the
Yes.
not working
The
out.
pizza.
The only working out I've been doing is lifting my luggage up into the carry-on and then, like, lifting it back down.
Legit. Legit.
Running to my terminal, that's my only cardio I've been getting. So I need to hit the gym. We finally went back today, and I went up the stairs. I'm like, like
Huffing and puffing
puffing.
10 minutes
It's like
in.
a little Hufflepuff. I felt like a Pokemon right there. Oh my gosh! So I'm excited to get back to the gym. I'm gonna start running every day again
Yeah.
because we got 2 months,
I
baby.
know.
We
And we
gotta
don't
pull it
have
together.
dresses. That's the crazy thing is we've had no time to go to anywhere to buy dresses. So if you're
Negative.
listening and you have a plug for wedding dresses, we would really appreciate that. I think
Yeah,
someone told us that David Bridal is going out of business,
business.
so we should probably start there. But if someone has connections, please send them our way. Some DMs, leave a comment on the podcast. Anything will
Help
help
a
us.
girl out. We are literally 2 months away. We have nothing to wear. Everybody who's coming to our wedding has
Has
something,
outfits?
has outfits except for us. I'm like, how do we end up here
Because we do
every
too
time?
much.
I know. Because we're also throwing a festival. So
Yes.
I feel like my brain has just been occupied by festival and not by wedding right now.
We should also share the exciting news. We just got hit up by LA Village,
Yes, pride.
which is Pride here. I think they're blocking off Hollywood Boulevard, LA Pride
Ew.
technically, and they want us to take over one of the stages from 3 to 4:30, I believe,
Yep.
on Sunday, June 11th. So that's
Woohoo.
awesome because we get to bring Preciosa Night to the masses.
Ew.
I think they're expecting like 30,000 people or
Yeah,
something.
it's gonna be up there for
So it's a
sure.
pretty big deal, and
This is
we're yeah, they
huge.
just they asked us, and we're super honored to take up space. And I think we're one of the few Latino representation for the
Yep.
day at Pride. And now we're just working really hard on doing a set time and figuring out the DJs and kind of
Mhm.
the run of show. But I think that's awesome. I mean, for someone that just started a movement last May
Yeah.
and now being fast forward to being on the stage at Pride, like that's huge.
It's extremely special, and we're excited about the opportunity and to represent for our
Yes. So if
people.
you're in LA, please come to LA Pride
Mhm.
June 11th. I think it's free. Don't quote me.
Don't at
Um,
me.
don't at me, but I think it's a free event. And we will be doing a mini Preciosa night for an hour and a half on
Yeah,
stage.
that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited, and we're gonna obviously bring our favorite DJs and just have a good time. And then that's literally just a few moments away from doing Mexico City Pride, which
Yes.
will be right after that.
Oof.
And
This
then we
tour is insane.
and then we got the festival, and then we got our wedding. It's
Yes.
good. We're gonna
It's
be
back to back to back, baby.
so just hang in there with this podcast and with us and with all of our crazy gallivanting
Yeah.
that we're
And if
doing.
everything goes well, then yours truly will be pregnant in
Yes,
October because I will
hopefully.
not have a Gemini baby.
She's refusing. She wants it to be so far away from May
Yes,
as
I will take
possible.
a Leo any day. I heard
Mhm,
Leo boys can be
mhm.
a little difficult,
Mm,
but I think if you just, raise them right,
yeah.
then they're fine.
But we're gonna do our best and we're gonna try to aim for, after the wedding, I think we want to try to sneak in one Europe trip, like just like a last hurrah before you
I'm
can't drink
pregnant.
anymore, before you're pregnant. So if we can pull it off, that would be
I
amazing.
just don't think that I think pregnant women can do more than what people think.
Yeah, they can, but they can't drink.
No, and I'm okay with no drinking, but like I think on my baby bucket list,
Yeah.
my actual when I'm pregnant bucket list is I want to go to Coachella.
I need a button that's like, nope, because I know what you're gonna
It's
say.
on there.
I know it is. I can't find it.
Let me help you. Hit the little arrow. Anyways, I keep telling Eden that the only thing I want to do, because I've calculated if I get pregnant in October, then I should be 6 months by April, which means I can go to Coachella as a pregnant woman. And I would love to do Coachella in my cute little festival outfits with my baby bump out there, my two buns. And why are you giving me the stink eye?
The buttons aren't working.
What do you mean?
I was gonna say no. Well, okay, yes, I am supportive of
It's right there.
Bebe Coachella. It's not
Okay,
working.
it's okay.
The button, Solomon, the buzz broke. Buttons are broken. We leave for 2 weeks and everything falls apart. I'm just joking.
What's
But
wrong with my Coachella idea?
nothing is wrong with your Coachella idea. I love the idea of you being slutty chella, pregnant
Slutty
mamacita.
pregnantella.
I love
No
this.
slut
What
shaming
I
here.
do not support is you trying to crowd surf.
I think I could do it.
Do not even approach that with that idea. I'm putting my foot down. This is where no. I'm saying no. I'm saying no in Spanish. No.
What?
Like I'm saying no all the way. Mark my
I
words.
think I should take this to the internet and have a
No, the
poll.
internet will agree with me. And if the internet doesn't agree with me,
Nope.
it's still a no. I'm done. My baby will not be floating up. You know how expensive that was? Hell no. Not risking someone dropping that. No,
No one
thank
will
you.
drop me.
No, absolutely not.
I'll be light as a feather with a bump.
I believe it. You will still be super light. Absolutely not. Not happening. Nope.
Anyways, we'll see what happens in April, but I'm definitely going to Coachella and I'm going super
And your
cute.
feet will be on the ground the whole time.
Well, maybe I just convince all my friends to come with and then y'all can just like hold me up and then it's like I'm crowd surfing. And then I get to live my fantasy.
Even all of the friends will not do that. The friends know they will 100% not drop you and they will still not do it. They're like, I don't even, because they don't want to deal
I'm
with
gonna
me.
talk to Ernie and Amy.
They don't want to deal with
Ernie and Amy
me
after
if
this.
something bad happens. They're all afraid of me. They're not afraid of you. They're afraid of me.
That's true.
Yeah, so.
Evil laugh.
It's Gemini season. Do not test me.
You're right. I'll check in next month when it's no longer
When
Gemini
it's no longer my season, I am on edge this season. I am ready.
Either way, I'm going to Coachella as a pregnant woman, so it's happening.
It's
April
happening.
2024.
I hope all goes well. I hope it happens. Because I only have one embryo to work with, and I know he's going to pull through.
Yes, he
Yeah.
will.
He will. I believe it.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
But I feel like that's got to be like a whole other section in the next podcast. Because I would love to talk
Yes,
baby talk
let's dive
again
in.
and wedding talk again and where we are with our
Oof.
family, where we are with our friends.
I think we should do that. We should do a wedding. Next episode should be a wedding.
Yeah, I feel like there's
See where we're at.
a lot has changed. A lot we have been learning as we have been going. And I feel like that would be just a really nice unfiltered space to just be able to talk about a couple of things that have been on our mind about the
Yeah.
wedding and about baby stuff and a lot of things that we've been learning. We've been asking so many people for baby advice and we've been getting some great advice like, maybe don't do hand-me-downs, get your own stuff. I'm looking at you, Solomon. Which is, also great advice too. And then, stuff about being pregnant,
Sleeping's a huge one. Some
getting a
people-
bed that's on the floor
Yeah.
because the baby will roll off and, whoopsie daisy. And it can be detrimental.
or not letting the baby sleep in the bed. and
Not letting the
sleep
baby sleep in the bed. Like, there's a bunch of stuff. So
And don't buy baby wipe warmers.
don't buy baby wipe warmers. Yes. Baby
Waste
wipe
of money.
Cut
Waste
to us
of
getting
money.
sponsored by a baby wipe warmer. And then be like, I love baby wipe warmers. I'm just joking. They're not. And I'll just warm it up with my hands like this.
Mhm. And a pee-pee, like a...
Oh, a TP.
Yeah, so that they don't pee on you.
Yeah. Good
Boys
luck.
tend to pee on you, apparently.
Rock, paper, scissors. Whoever has to go and change the diaper fast.
But we're going to save all of this for the next episode.
Yeah.
Do you want to end it with a card?
Sure, I would love to. We haven't pulled an intimacy deck card in a minute.
Hey, while you're doing that, I wanted to thank you for my gift.
Aw.
I think this is very nice. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
We had to bring Solomon back something from Bora Bora. You're very special to us, so we really appreciate
I
you.
appreciate that. You guys are special to me too.
Aw, thank
Where's
you.
the aw button?
The
Aw.
buttons aren't working.
They're working now. Try it. It should be working now.
Let me see. Is there?
Let me pull out a card here.
Evil
What are we
laugh.
thinking?
Oh, my bad.
Oh no,
Oh,
Eden's going crazy with the
no.
buttons. Excuse her.
This is why you control the buttons.
You have to hit twice to stop it.
You want me to find the all button?
I think at this point,
Aw,
aw.
there we go. Thank you.
You think I'm late with the buttons.
This is why I don't touch the button.
All right, I'm going in. I'm picking one. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Here we go for the deep question. What's the angriest you've ever felt and why?
Ooh. Oh.
It is there.
It is there. That is a question. The angriest I ever felt honestly, and I still feel a little bit angry about this. Um, and it kind of brought brought back to the surface pretty recently. And well, I want to preface this. If you want to talk about it on the podcast, like
Sure.
happy to, but if you don't,
I don't even
totally
know what
fine.
this is. I'm a little nervous.
Um, but pretty recently, like literally as we're leaving Preciosa, we ran into your mom,
Oh,
but
yes.
didn't like run into her. We saw her. I don't think that she saw us. But I think that was the maddest I'd ever been, was watching having to bite my tongue, which I'm not the best at doing, but I
Mm.
did for you in that moment.
Mm.
And I think I still get mad at somebody who hurt you. Like, I'm very protective of your feelings, and I can tell as we ran into her literally the night of Preciosa that it that hurt is still there. And
Yeah.
I hate somebody hurting you. And as much as I really wanted to like pop
Pop
off
off.
on her, because again, it just hit Gemini season, and I feel like I have nothing to lose right now. We were there with our friends, and we were
I
there with new people who just met us,
Yeah.
so it didn't really feel like the most appropriate time to show my true colors. So I had to take one for the team, and I don't and I wouldn't have been thinking about you in the moment. I would have been thinking about me, right? I would have been like all the anger that is still built up there for how much she hurt you from, when we had that big blowout, and she said those awful things to you and to me. I I still feel like it's there.
Yeah.
And it's just because like you're such an amazing person, and for your own mom to have disowned you as a child for being gay, like you being gay is such a small portion of who you are, and who you are as a person just is an incredible, like you just happen to be gay, but
Mm.
you affect people, you inspire people, you change people's lives, you work really hard, you care about the community, you care about everyone else other than yourself, and like she doesn't see that, and it makes me so mad. And like I can just keep going on and on, but
Aw.
I think that was the maddest I'd ever been because I wasn't able to tell somebody how mad
Mm.
they made me.
Yeah.
And she still doesn't know, and like seeing her so close, like literally a taco throw away, I could have like just told her how mad I'm still at her, and like you're gonna miss out on the wedding, you're gonna miss out on the kids, and like all the amazing thing that she's missed, and because she's choosing to be homophobic or whatever, but it's it's just makes me angry, and
Yeah.
angry for you, and I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think for those that are listening, um, right after Preciosa Night, it was when we wrapped up, it was about
Mhm.
4 a.m. and it was us and a couple of close friends and then a couple of newer friends that were there. And I only know of one spot in LA that sells tacos 24/7, and that's El Taurino in LA. So I
Mhm.
suggested everybody, we were all starving. We had been working all night long. And I was like, let me buy everyone some tacos and we
Yeah, it's
can
like
go
3 in the morning.
3 in the morning. So we went to the taco spot. And as I'm waiting in line to place the order and everyone's behind me, I look over to my right and my mom's at the pickup window, which is like, I don't know, 5 feet away from me, 10
Doesn't
feet
even
away from me. It's
deserve
like
these
super
tacos.
close. And I instantly had so much anxiety
Yeah, I
and
could
like there
tell.
was so many emotions flowing through that I
Mhm.
didn't expect to have.
You
And it was
haven't seen her in
almost,
like 3 years.
yeah, I haven't seen her in 3 years. I don't know how she's doing. And it was almost like this like reality check, right? Like these two worlds were combined for a second where I was on a high from throwing this incredible event for my community and trying to have like a good
Mhm.
nightcap with my friends and just reminisce about this beautiful night. And
Yeah.
then
For being
like
gay
for
and for
being
being
like,
proud
yeah,
of
for
being
being proud of
gay
being gay.
and Latina and all the
And
things.
then in 2 seconds, it's, like, all taken away because this is my reality, right? My
Mhm.
reality is that my mom doesn't support me. My reality is that
Mhm.
my I don't talk to my family, and, like, this is the person that birthed me. Like,
Mhm.
it was, like, this weird 2 worlds
Yeah.
colliding, and I didn't really know how to feel. I was definitely angry, but I couldn't react to your point because I also didn't wanna be reactive. I'm trying to work on not being
I'm
reactive.
so proud.
And then I knew that I knew that whatever I was feeling, you were feeling times 10 because that's
Mhm.
just who you are.
Mhm.
You're very mama bear in that sense
Mhm.
with me. So I knew I had to be calm to
Mhm.
keep you calm.
Mhm.
And I also didn't want to end the night on that. Like, I
That's
knew I
true.
could have easily walked over and
That's
started a
true.
whole fight with my mom and, like, told her off, and, like, I could have easily reacted, but did I
Mhm.
want to taint this beautiful night that we just had with
Yeah.
these incredible people and our friends? No, not really. I don't think it
Mhm.
was worth it.
Mhm.
And it also made me really sad, like,
Yeah.
looking at her, and she's obviously aging,
Mhm.
and I'm not able to, like, share these incredible things, like the fact that we did a movement, the fact that we just
Mhm.
got back from Bora Bora, the fact that we threw a Preciosa Night in New York, and the fact that I'm gonna marry you in 2 months and we're
Yeah.
gonna have a baby.
Yeah.
Like, these are all huge milestones that I'm unfortunately not it's not something that I can share with my family,
Yeah.
and that wouldn't be celebrated as it
Mhm.
is with my chosen family.
Mhm. I mean, I'm so proud of you because you were definitely stronger than me in that moment. But I do get, pretty mama bear, and I think what's just frustrating is somebody who doesn't have a mom, and like somebody whose mom is alive, very much so, and choosing not to be there. Like
Yeah.
that is a choice. You are choosing to like deny your child. You are choosing to not be a part of your life. And you're not you're not a horrible person. You're an amazing person doing amazing things. And I just don't get it. The math just doesn't math as to like why your mother would just treat you this way or see you this way. But it's not for me to understand. It's not for me to care anymore. It's for obviously for me to let go, because if you let it go, then like I'll let it go. But I'm so proud of you because in this moment you're right. Like you had these two very different worlds collide. Here was a woman who sent you away for being gay, and you could have taken that route and gone completely different with your life. You could have tried to be straight. You could have gone off the rails. You could have become an alcoholic. You could have done all of these different things, but you chose to stay proud and true to who you are, to own it and embrace it, and also create a safe space for anybody who's felt the way you did,
Mm.
who got disowned for being gay or wasn't accepted at home. Like I've made this space where I accept you here and we all accept you here,
Mhm.
and you just took something and turned it in something dark and turned it into like your brightest light. And I can't that just speaks volumes again to who you are as a person, and why, like when I think back, like my maddest moment is that like someone should be so proud, like she should be so proud to be your mom, like that she made that. But at the end of the day, like she gave birth to you, but she has like no part in the amazing all the amazingness that you've become because you did that all on your
Mic drop.
own. Hate her.
Pick a
Aw,
card. Any
me?
card.
Any
That
card.
was a really intense card.
I know. I was like,
Wow, okay.
instantly.
Universe, you just came in and said, "Here's a super heavy card."
I like when instantly just like came into my head. I was like, mm-mm. I just pulled up a very sexual card, but I might have to save that one for later.
What?
I was like,
Could have
okay,
been a
the orange ones are the sex cards. Noted.
What was wrong with I wanna know. I think everybody wants to know what the sex card
I
was.
don't think we have enough time left. Now I
Oh.
know the orange ones are the sexy ones. Okay. How should household chores be divided between us? Explain. I know, not as fun as the other sexy
I would have
cards.
preferred the sexy card, but okay, let's talk about chores, y'all.
Aw. Sorry, I could try to
No,
find
no, it's
it.
fine. It's fine. You chose your destiny. House chores. So, the way that we
She's like, I
divide
would like them to be divided, but you and lingerie and dusting.
seriously, literally. I think house chores are interesting. There are certain things that I like to do, and there are certain things that Eden likes to do.
Yes.
For example, I love to fold. I find it very soothing. I grew up having to go to laundromats when I was a kid, and that was like my chore was to fold, and I hated
Aw.
it when I was a kid, but now I really love it and I
Mhm.
find it really soothing and comforting.
Aw.
So when we got together, you hated folding clothes. Like
Mhm.
you love to do laundry. Like
Don't like
you
to fold.
definitely do laundry well. I do not do laundry well. But she hated
You shrink
folding.
everything,
I
things
do.
turn
I don't read
pink
labels and I shrink really nice things and I
all the
turn
time.
yes. So I'm not the best, but you are really good at doing laundry,
Yes.
actually washing, and I'm really good at folding.
Yes.
So I think in this relationship, we figured out pretty early on like who's good at what and who likes to do what.
Yeah. Well, you have to get a baseline,
Yeah.
right? It's like, let's start here. Chores have to get done.
Mhm.
What do you like doing? And
Womp
we'll
womp
start
womp.
there and we'll split it that way. You like to fold, I like to wash. We'll split it that way. I will wash, you will fold.
Mhm.
You love to cook. I love to wash.
You
So
love to eat.
I love to eat, but I will wash dishes. And I
Yes.
feel like you just kind of see what you're into and then divide. Then there are things that we just both don't like to do and have to get done
Like
anyways.
what?
Um like I don't think either of us like love like mopping the floor
No, I don't
because
like
it
that.
takes so much time
Yes.
and there's only so many hours in the day that we have. And so we're like, it has to get done. But I guess at the end of the day, it has to get done. And so we'll just tackle those things together. We're like, we both don't like to do this. So let's both do it so it can get done faster.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I think that's kind of how we divide up the chores. And like, I think because we both own this home, like we take pride in doing the chores. So it's not really that inconvenient. We do a lot of things together. Like we'll take out the trash together. We'll mop the floor together. We'll clean the bathrooms together. Like it just gets done faster if we do
Mhm.
it together versus feeling like one person is doing it all the time or vice
Yeah,
versa.
I agree.
But yeah, I think we, divide and conquer pretty well, but it just comes down to communication, right? Like sometimes you're not into it or I'm not into it, but we'll just communicate that like, hey, like I don't really feel like doing the dishes today. Like, can you help me like do them or whatever? And I know there's days that you just don't feel like cooking, and
Yeah.
sometimes I'll try to step up. It's not gonna be the best, but I will try.
I appreciate you stepping up. I
I
enjoy your
do.
pastas.
Thank you very much. It's the only thing I'm good at.
And deviled eggs.
And deviled eggs, if they all make it to the plate. But on that note, thank you so much for joining us back. I know this was an extra long episode.
We just had a lot to cover and we're back to normal next Thursday. So
Hmm.
join us then. And if you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, on Spotify, at Edenxjay for all the fun things.
All the Edenxjay
And at
things.
Preciosa Night for all the extra fun things.
All the Preciosa Night things. And be sure to go check out our Instagram stories on Thursdays because we ask you some advice you would like to
Hmm.
know, and then we use those questions and bring them to the podcast.
And next week's episode will be all about the baby and
Bebes
weddings. So
and
get
wedding stuff.
ready.
It was really nice to hang with you guys again.
Hmm.
We loved you and we miss you. And till next time,
Bye.
bye.